Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people, fellow humans. Today is Tuesday, February 17th, 2026. Right, my name is Edward Bevilacqua. This is Department of Career Services, where our goal is to help our students and interested people on their journey through this life. So, why am I looking like that? So here we are, another day, another opportunity to make something happen, to do something good. Right. Okay. So let's get right into it. What is our theme of today? Looking at the worksheet, misguided optimism. What does that mean? Well, that's a Seth Godin thing. We're going to look at that. How about advice from an 80-year-old? Give people a second chance and a third, etc. Give people a second chance and a third, etc. Okay. Let's see, what else? What else we got here? Seth Godin. Misguided optimism. Industrialism brought us the idea of optimization. Incremental improvements combined with measurement to gradually improve the results. We can optimize for precision. A car made in 2026 is orders of magnitude more reliable because the parts fit together so well. We can optimize for customer satisfaction. By reviewing every element of every user's experience, we can remove the annoyances and increase delight. We can optimize a horror movie to make it scarier, and we can optimize a workout to make it more effective. Lately, though, the fad is to optimize for short-term profit. Lately? This will probably get you a bonus. It means degrading the experience of customers, suppliers, and employees in exchange for maximizing quarterly returns. Make a list of every well-known organizational failure, from big firms like Yahoo to Enron to Sears, all the way to the little pizza place down the block, and you'll see the short-term optimizer's fingerprints. You can't profit maximize your way to greatness. Aha. Okay. Don't take shortcuts. Do not take shortcuts. It's on the sign. Stop taking shortcuts. Stop chasing shortcuts. Let's see. Okay, next. We are in week 4. What the heck? Week 4, day 2 of our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. Day 4, day 2, week 4. Of our neuroscience-oriented approach to success. And yeah, what does that mean? Okay, I've got something else on my mind right now that I'm processing on. So it might seem like I'm absent-minded. I'm not absent-minded. I'm dual processing, trying to figure out when something occurred. I have a little redness in my eye. I'm trying to figure out when that happened, because it didn't happen when I took my contacts out yesterday. I think it happened this morning when I put drops in my eye. I poked my eye. It's what I think happened. But I was kind of asleep. So, yeah. Could have been that. Anyway, here we are. Day too weak for leadership. The journey is afoot. The journey is afoot? Well, it's not a foot, it's afoot, meaning it's started. We're out there. We have our crew, we have our people that are going to help us. And what we need to do is keep focused on the journey, not on the crew. We need to be able to depend upon the crew. Now, if we can't depend upon the crew, what does that tell us? Does it tell us something about the crew? Yeah. Does it tell us something about us? Yes. And we should look to ourselves first. If we don't have a good crew, let's not blame them. We don't need to fix blame. We need to fix the problem. So why is it the crew is not doing what they're supposed to do? Were they misled? Do they feel they were misled? Is it something that the captain, i.e. you, have done? Did they think that they would start the journey, but then change it to do something else? What's going on here? All right, well, so today we are going to look at Stoicism. We're going to consider Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of the world. Now, Marcus Aurelius is a very interesting guy. So from about 161, was it like 190, 180, 169 to 191, something like that. Well, it was 19 long years. So Marcus Aurelius was the emperor of Rome. He was also a Stoic philosopher. And he kept journals. Why? Well, because he realized that the only time people came to him was because they wanted something from him. So if he wanted to have solace, comfort, whatever, he would have to be alone. He would be alone. So he would write in his journals. What would he write? Philosophical, Stoic things. Now, by this time, Stoicism's about 500 years old, almost 500 years old. So it's been around a long time, much longer, twice as long as the United States. It's been around a long time. A lot of teaching, a lot of stuff going on in Stoicism. So he would write in his journals, but to himself. He was writing just to himself. In fact, that's what the journal said. And they are called meditations. This is what he would think about when he was by himself, his meditations. And he left instructions that when he died to just burn them. So he's writing his uncensored thoughts. His thoughts that he didn't want anybody to read. And then the people, his scribes, whoever found him after he died, well, they probably knew they were there all the time, but they read them and it was, oh no, we can't burn this stuff. This is too valuable. So we have a unique document, well, his journals. We have unique writings that are actual writings from the most powerful, arguably the most powerful man in the world, who was a Stoic philosopher, and he didn't intend for anybody to read them. So they are the unvarnished thoughts and feelings of somebody. And they are quite readable almost 2,000 years later. Now, at this point, Christianity was a non-issue. I think there's one little line in there mentioning something that could be about Christians. So by the year 200, not really reaching to the level of Marcus Aurelius, or maybe they were just an accepted thing, like the Baha'i faith. We all know about the Baha'i faith, but we don't know what it is. We don't really know much about it. Or we might know about Jehovah's Witnesses, but we don't know much about them, or Maranatha, or whatever. We just don't know much about them. But they weren't significant enough for him to write about. What did he write about? Well, things like moral virtue is enough. How do you know what to do? Moral virtue is enough. All you need to do is the right thing at the right time, in the right way, for the right reason. Just do that. Moral virtue is enough. Just do the right thing. But you have to do it for the right reason. You can't do the right thing for the wrong reason. Oh, I meant to do this, but I didn't get that done. And so it actually worked out better. So I'm really a hero because I wasn't selling drugs. It was talcum powder I was selling, or baking powder. So nobody was being hurt. I'm a hero. That's not doing the right thing for the right reason. I was intending to sell drugs. It just so happens they weren't drugs. In the right way. So you can discipline somebody in the right way and in the wrong way. You can congratulate somebody in the right way and in the wrong way. You can motivate people in the right way and the wrong way. So Marcus Aurelius, you got to do it in the right way. He's also saying don't take yourself so seriously, which is why here we refer to people as humans, H-U-E, as in color, mons, M-O-N-D-S, short for almonds. Full nuts. That's what we are, not enlightened. We have this body that if you don't wash it, if you don't keep it clean, in a few days, it's going to get pretty rank and raunchy. Why would God create something like that, right? Animals don't smell as bad as humans do after a few days, right? So we have to work at doing things. So Marcus Aurelius, don't take ourselves too seriously. It's only life. And the questions are, where are you heading? And what's your trajectory? Transformation and trajectory, right? What did Jesus say? Repent and believe in the good news. Stop doing the bad things. Change your trajectory. Believe in the good news. Just start heading towards loving God with all your heart, mind, and soul. Love one another as I have loved you, and make disciples. That is it. Pretty simple, pretty simple. Okay, back to Marcus Aurelius, emperor of the world, most powerful man in the world. As Michael Sugra says, he could have whatever he wanted. If he wanted to stay drunk, he could have boatloads of wine brought in from all around the world. He could have all of the money in the world, have sex with anyone in the world. He could do whatever he wanted. He was the emperor of Rome, but he was a Stoic philosopher. And so he chose always to attempt to do the right thing. And the only thing he said he was afraid of was letting himself down as a man. Not to be swinish, act like an animal, to give in to his emotions, but to operate in the bounds of dignity and doing the right thing. Cool. Okay, so that was Marcus Aurelius. The first premise of Stoicism, which again came about almost 500 years before Marcus Aurelius. There are things I can control and things I cannot control. I don't let the things I can't control bother me because I can't control them. What's the point? If I can't control it, what's the point getting upset about it? When I'm in class on Thursday nights, we have to do check-in, and people are so anxious and distraught about the nature of the world and what's going on in the world. I'm just so worried, and oh, I had a bad week because of what's going on in the world. Marcus Aurelius would say, can you do anything about what's going on in the world? Can you do anything about Ukraine, Gaza, Venezuela, Greenland, Iran? Can you do anything about that? And if the answer is yes, then he would say, okay, then do it. Can you do anything about those things? No. Then don't let it get upset you because you can't do anything about it. So getting upset is just a waste of time and energy. If you get sick, can you do anything about it? Yes. Then do it. Get well. No. Then don't get up, don't worry about it. There's nothing you can do about it. The key word, I think, is being can. Can you do anything about it? Not should you, not will you, not could you, but can you? There's one person I deal with who quite often, when you ask them, what do you think about that? He'll say, well, I don't know, not my issue. And sometimes I think, well, maybe it should be your issue. Maybe you should have an opinion on it. Maybe there's something you should do on it. Maybe that's just a cop-out. You're saying, not my issue. You can make something happen. You just choose not to, and you say, well, I'm not involved in that, so I don't care. And I think the first premise is Stoicism. There are things I can control and things I cannot control. I don't let things I can't control bother me. Things I can't control, I don't let bother me because I can't control them. Does that mean you shouldn't care about things you can't control? No, I think we should care, but we shouldn't let them upset us. Okay, let's look at our sheet, see if there's anything else. Jordan Peterson talking about psychopaths. That's a good one. And it's basically psychopaths have no compassion, even with themselves. So when you understand this, and I'd have to watch it a couple of times, but when you understand this, it's kind of easier to spot somebody who's a psychopath. Next, what else we got on our hit parade? Okay, Darren Hardy was a good one today. Well, okay, so we're almost out of time. Today is Tuesday, so we're shooting another episode of the Nevada Frontier. Today we're diving, well, we're not diving, we're tiptoeing into the paranormal, ghost hunters with Vern He, bringing his attachments and gadgets, and we're also going to have the Western gunfighters out here, the people who do the skits of gunfighters. So yeah, right, that should be interesting to see if they come in their garb. And then tomorrow we're planning to go out to the Amargosa Opera House once again. And after that, Death Valley, behind the scenes, what it's like in Death Valley. Right you are. We'll see what's going on in Death Valley. So a lot of things happening with the show, looking for sponsors, parentals, and AAA sales, auto sales, Tex-Mex. Go from there, and we are going to say and cut. Bunk.